Hello, hello. What is up, everybody? Guess what? Today let me get my hair out of my face. Today I'm going to show you how to make the best cheat meal while you're on keto. We're going to make a soy sauce braised pork steak with sweet potato and coconut cream on the side. So we all know when it comes to keto, sweet potato isn't necessarily a keto food, but it is a resistant starch, meaning it doesn't break down as glucose in the blood and supposedly doesn't really spike insulin. But everybody is different, and that's why they say essentially stay away from any type of starchy carb on keto. But with all the positive components within sweet potatoes, this makes it for the best cheat meal. I eat sweet potatoes like once a week. Sometimes when we're on keto, we feel a little bit left out, and sweet potatoes are like a comfort food for me. I grew up eating sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. And just the other day I went out to dinner at Texas Roadhouse, and oh my gosh, they have whole sweet potatoes. You have to tell them to leave out like the sugary buttery spread, but oh my gosh, it was the best dinner because I still felt good afterwards. I was able to eat some protein, and then I had a bit of that sweet potato and then some veggies on the side. It was really good. So like I said, I eat sweet potato like probably once a week, and hardcore on keto, it's so much better than cheating with some like pasta or like going out binge drinking and then eating like fast food afterwards. Oh my gosh, you're gonna feel like crap the next day. So here is, like I said, the best keto cheat meal that you can make so you can stay fit, happy, not mess up that mood, because you know we don't want to mess up our mood. We don't want to I told you guys, I love being happy every day. All right. I'm supposed to be running right now, so I'm gonna start running and go home and cook. It's a gloomy day. Still beautiful. I love days like this. Look, it's almost springtime. All the flowers are coming in. I love it. Okay, let's go. All right, so we're gonna start with preparing our sweet potatoes. Get about 4 sweet potatoes because we want them to cook while everything else is cooking. You're gonna need curry powder. Now the curry powder that I use is a Vietnamese curry powder. It's kind of like Thai yellow curry. You can use any kind of curry powder that you want, but this is the flavor that I like because it goes well with the coconut cream. Now the coconut cream I use is usually from this brand called Savoy. It's in a purple can. I really love the flavor and the consistency of it, but I found this brand called Cara that I used to use in New Zealand. I haven't seen this in the store in a long time, and this tastes really good, but it is very thick, so I usually add a bit of water to it. But the flavor, it's so yum. Lastly, you're gonna need 1 yellow onion. You'll probably just use half of it. Now, if you're unsure about your sweet potato, this is what it should look like on the inside. It is yellow, guys, okay? The texture of this is more like a potato. Unlike the orange ones, they're a bit more stringy and starchy. These are very good for this recipe. You're gonna like them. Now let's prepare to boil. We have to boil our potatoes first so we can mix it with the sauce afterwards. Try to get all your sweet potatoes the same size and then cut them into thirds. We're gonna boil them with the skin on so they don't get super watery and fall apart. Put your water in there, a little bit of salt, and boil away till they're tender. Now, onto our pork steak. How crazy is this? All you really need is pork steak, soy sauce, and water to make this work. I have bone-in pork steak, and just to give it some flavor, I have some Thai chilies, onion, garlic, and ginger. You could use one or all of these, whatever you have on hand, really. We're gonna finely mince our ginger. We're gonna julienne a whole yellow onion. Finely mince our Thai chilies. Cool little trick with any chili, you can slice it down the middle on both sides and then mince it up. 2 garlic cloves, smashed to remove the skin and then smashed again to release the oils and mince up easier. All of our ingredients put on one plate. Now we are ready to go. Alright, so this part is really important with your pork steak. You want to add some olive oil to the pan, and we're gonna first brown each piece before we immerse it into the liquid to braise, aka slow cook, aka get super tender. Now get your pan really hot because we want to get a quick brown on this. Now I find this part really important to do, especially with pork, because it gives your meat more flavor, it gives your sauce more of a rich flavor, it cooks off some of that fat or any kind of gamey taste that the meat may have. So don't forget this step. Add some salt and pepper, flip it over, and repeat the process. Oh, and another one of my favorite tricks, because I want this meat to lay completely flat, especially when I put it in the braising liquid, I'm gonna do a few snips at the fat edge of the meat. You see how that helps it lay a lot more flat? That's perfect. Now that was the hardest part. Here we go. We're gonna start to prepare to slow cook this. Add our onions to the pan. Once they're a bit tender, we're gonna add our garlic, ginger, and chilies. Just warm those through just a tiny bit. And then, this is the fun part. We're gonna move everything to the side, and then we're gonna start layering our pork inside our pan. Once you fit a piece in there, put a bit of that mixture on top, then layer another piece, and continue until you get all your pork nice and comfortably inside your pan. For your soy sauce, this is gonna be more or less a half a cup of soy sauce, depending on how much pork you have, or a quarter of a ways up the pan. Then the rest of the way up until you get so the pork is just peeking out of the water, that's how much water you're gonna add. You do not want your liquid to fully cover the meat. So just pour in your water after the soy sauce, right until you see the pork just barely peeking out. The color should be a light brown. Move them around a little bit so they can all be submerged evenly in that liquid. Shake the pan a little bit if you need to. Now we're gonna bring this up to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you're gonna put the lid on and turn it on low for 45 minutes. Don't forget about our potatoes. Once they're boiled and tender, drain the water out, let them sit, and remove the skin. Look how easily it comes off. Ooh, I love these potatoes. Now you can always eat them plain just like this, add a little bit of salt, but we're gonna do a little extra today. Now let's make our coconut curry sauce. It's seriously the easiest thing ever. We're gonna start with our onions, add some salt and pepper, put in our curry powder, let it all cook together, and then it's time for our coconut cream. And that is really it. Now, I did mention earlier that this particular brand of coconut cream is way thicker than the other one that I usually use, so you're gonna see me add a little bit of water. I don't ever have to add water with the other brand that I use, and you probably won't have to use water if you use another brand either, unless you get this particular brand. It is super thick. See, you could just tell how thick it is at this point. I didn't realize it when I was recording the video how thick it was until a little bit after I put all the sweet potatoes in there. I just added a little bit of water to the bowl that I had the cream in and poured it in, and that just thinned out the sauce just a little bit. Now it is perfect. Gently move your sweet potatoes around, or you can use some tongs to flip them, and that's pretty much it. It's so delicious. One of my favorite things to eat. Tons of vitamins from the sweet potatoes and all those healthy fats from the coconut cream. I love it, love it, love it. It's gonna go so good with our pork. So after about 45 minutes has passed, our pork should be fork tender as it is. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh my gosh. Are you drooling yet? I mean, come on. Tell me who is not gonna want to eat this. Like, I'm just going over the top now because I know that I could take this whole bone out without even trying. Like, you guys are gonna love this. But there's one more important step that I want you guys not to forget to do, okay? Turn your burner up as high as it can go for about 2 to 3 minutes. We're gonna reduce the sauce. This is gonna make the sauce thicker and more rich. The soy sauce is gonna caramelize a bit and it's gonna help the sauce stick to the meat a little bit more. It's gonna get a bit darker in color and you're gonna really see a difference. And you're gonna taste the difference also. And that is it, you guys. It's so easy and it's so good. Let me know how much you guys enjoyed this recipe down in the comments. Hey, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.